What's up, everyone? It's Bridger and Ben, the Flower Pot Man. We are talking about facing fear. Just doing a talk with Bridger, and he was talking about how he wants to start taking his goals to a higher level. And he's been doing breath work, he's been doing meditation, cut out weed recently, started working out. But he was saying once you've done all that, it's like you need a creative outlet because you're just consuming. So, and then what did I say after that?
Ready to go live?
And then we just
Or
went
no,
live.
you said what's the best way to face your fear? And I said to jump in. So here we are.
We've got our first 3 viewers. What would you like to what would you like to share with these viewers, Bridger? Oh, we got 4 viewers.
Join the brotherhood. It'll change your life.
How has your life changed in the past, let's say, few weeks, past month or so?
I don't feel the lower vibration emotions as much. They're not controlling my life anymore. And my relationships have gotten a lot deeper with myself and other people.
How long have you been practicing SR now?
I found it early 2020. And I was just kind of using it to get girls and validation from people. And I was still controlled by lust. But now that I have the brotherhood, it's completely different outlook. And my goals have shifted.
So you're practicing God mode at the moment?
Yeah.
How has that changed things compared to just normal SR?
I'm not really worried about when I'm going to get a girlfriend or what people think of me as much. Because I'm really just trying to build my relationship with God and find my purpose. And I didn't really give a shit about that when I first started.
On this journey compared to maybe how you were raised or your idea of God growing up?
When I was growing up, I saw God as kind of like a zealot figure. If you sinned or messed up in any way, that he would punish you. But now I just see that he's all forgiving. And that no matter what you've done, you can move past it and let it go.
Do you feel like God has a particular purpose for you in this life? Like he's prompting you to do something in particular?
Yeah, I think just creating and trying to help people that are dealing with the same problems.
Addiction, lust.
Yep.
Now, you were just talking about how you've been struggling with, well, not struggling with, but you've been, instead of doing your daily breath work, you've been puffing on the vape.
Yep.
So, what did you just do while we were on the call with your vape?
I went and found it in my house and I smashed it with a rock.
You know, like, do you feel that maybe we overcomplicate breaking addictions and sometimes we just need to smash it with a rock?
Yeah. Like with marijuana, I'm 5 days clean now. And before I quit, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do it. And it's going to be literal hell. But actually, there's been a lot more pros than negatives.
What have some of those pros been?
It's definitely easier to talk to people and just kind of let loose and not care. And yeah, just go deeper with people.
You don't have to be as guarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I would smoke, I found that I felt a lot of very intense energy coming up. Like all of my suppressed emotions. This is when I would just do it every now and again. Any suppressed emotions would just come violently to the surface, and I couldn't really hide it. And I found that it made it very hard to be around people because if I felt angry at someone, I couldn't hide it, or if I felt like judgment towards someone, couldn't hide it. It was just right there. And I found I would also imagine I would have I would overthink conversations and overthink interactions a lot. That was one of the things I
Yeah.
noticed when I would smoke a bit. So you mentioned recently you were with your family and they noticed a difference in you.
Yep.
What what do you think they were picking up on?
Well, I wasn't drunk, for one. I would use that as a social crutch because then I wouldn't feel my emotions as much. But then I would just be in the corner, just in my thoughts. I don't really know why I did it, but yeah, my eyes are brighter, my voice is more clear, my head's more clear. They didn't really have to say anything. It's just I could see it in how they were responding to me. Like they wanted to be around me instead of me just in my head in the corner, not caring, you know?
They were attracted to you, your energy.
Yeah.
And that's only after a few days of giving up weed and not drinking and
Yep. I've quit drinking for a month now, and that feels good. That was probably the worst addiction. I was using it every day, like maybe 6 drinks a day.
so you've given up alcohol, weed. Just a few minutes ago, you gave up nicotine, and you've given up PMO.
Yep.
Man, things are moving quick for you.
Yep. And I don't want it to slow down.
Fuck yeah, bro. So, what is your intuition telling you is next?
To give up?
Give up or start the next step?
I need to quit wasting time on video games and just watching YouTube video after YouTube video and actually start creating stuff like YouTube videos. I'm into playing guitar. So I think those two things will be my creative outlets for now.
So, do you want to, on your YouTube videos, what sort of topics do you want to start talking about? What we're talking about now?
Yeah. Helping people get rid of addictions.
So, what do you think it's been for you that kept you addicted for however long it was, that caused you to turn to those things?
It was just trying to fit in. A lot of my friends in high school were using drugs to, I guess, be social. And you know how addicts are. If you're using the same substance, then it's basically like you're automatically a part of the group. You don't really have to have a soul connection. It's just people being debaucherous with each other.
just on that same frequency, same vibrational energy in their life at that time.
Yep.
What do you reckon, as men, we can do to have those soul connections with each other? Maybe some of the more primal things that we would do in the time past that aren't really practiced today, but what are some of those things that we can do together as men that don't involve taking drugs or drinking or whatever?
Stuff like this, hunting. I like going to AA meetings. Cooking. Fishing. Getting out in nature. I don't know.
Got some good ones. Rock climbing, talking about women, grilling, walking, fishing. The good old days. How about just like sitting around a campfire at night, talking,
Oh yeah.
maybe
Put on
grilling a bit of
some
meat?
put on some Shire music.
Yeah. Maybe puffing on a cigar.
Yeah.
You know, there's more beneficial ways of working with some of these substances that don't involve being enslaved to them. Like, for example, I'll have a cigar every now and again, buy a good quality cigar and have a puff on that. And it's not damaging my lungs, but it's still giving me the benefits that good quality tobacco have. And it's much harder to abuse because you can't really like abuse a cigar like you can with a joint or a cone. You've got to, take a bit of time to light it. You've got to take a bit of time to get it properly going. You've got to allow yourself to enjoy the flavor, have a little puff, just enjoy the flavor. Things that take more time, that take more art, that take more craftsmanship, discipline, these kind of things we can do as men, you know. Also, fishing, hunting. It's less instant gratification. It involves a lot of focus, attention to detail, a lot of presence. We don't always have to be meditating to be present. We can just be involved in an activity that requires our full attention.
Yeah. Sports. There's lots of options.
I want to give you a challenge, bro. I want to give you a challenge to start something. I want to give you a challenge to start some kind of regular thing for men in your area, your local area. That could be like a a Friday night fire. That's what I've been doing. Could just be a Saturday morning walk, like a hike, Saturday morning hike. But the most powerful thing you can do as a man, I believe, is to help others on their journey. That's one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself, because suddenly you're no longer the victim, you're no longer the addict. Now you're the mentor, now you're the leader. And being the leader puts you in a position where you're much less likely to engage in destructive behaviors, in addictive behaviors, because you've got other people looking up to you now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got other people who need you to be strong. You've got other people who they look to you as a mentor. So that pushes you even further to keep growing, to be strong.
Hmm.
So I'm just wondering, what would that be for you if you were to do something like that?
I think hiking would be fun. Yeah, because I live in the mountains and there's plenty of hiking trails everywhere. And it would be fun to visit a different one like each week.
When would you do it as a regular weekly time?
Um, Probably like Saturday around noonish.
Do you have brothers in mind who you can start to invite, who you can hit up, get them to come along?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just start making a weekly ritual of it. And then sooner or later, probably more guys will get invited along, and it could just grow.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And you never know what that's going to turn into. So I feel that's a really good place for you to start, bro. You were talking about needing a creative outlet, wanting to do more, step up your goals more. I feel this could be the beginning of some big shifts for you, bro.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. I could see you guys out there, going for a hike for a couple of hours, few hours, and then getting a fire started and just sitting around talking into the night. Be really powerful, actually. This is what more men need to do. All of us need to be doing this. Tearing ourselves away from the video games and the screens and just the BS of being in the house, just getting blind drunk every weekend. Like, we just need to be getting back out into nature. How's it feel having your first video live on the internet?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel exposed.
Yeah, I know that feeling. It's a good one to get used to, especially if you're gonna if you want to have any sort of impact in this world, just got to let yourself be seen as you are.
Yeah.
So yeah, I challenge you to. I'll go on. It's gonna be loud.
Yeah, that's probably been my biggest thing with substance use is it gives me the ability to hide. And I just barely realized that. It's a dark place.
So what would you say to any of the guys watching now who are still stuck in that?
Love yourself. God loves you. And get out there.
Well, bro, well done for facing your fear. And I'm sending you a challenge on top of your weekly men's hike. I'm challenging you to do a daily video, like a daily short, or you can do longer videos, but at minimum, a daily short video documenting your journey of breaking your addiction, hitting the gym, starting this men's group, and just all the changes that are happening. Just like a journal, you know what I mean? Just like sharing your daily experience.
I'll do that.
Sweet, bro. Well, I'll put your link on this video so that anyone watching can subscribe and follow your journey. And looking forward to hearing about your first hike this weekend.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Well, see you guys later.
See you, brother.